Bumblebee populations have been rapidly declining since the early 1900s. Not only does this have negative impacts on the species, it also negatively impacts the environment. This is because bumblebees are the primary providers of pollination, which directly and indirectly affects the majority of the food that is eaten globally. Research conducted by DuPont, Damgard, and Simonson shows that out of 12 bumblebee species observed in the 1930s, 5 of those species are no longer present. The areas that are directly affected by this include Europe, America, and Asia. However, as mentioned, this also indirectly affects countries worldwide who rely on food sources that come from the pollination of bumblebees. It is estimated that in Europe in 2005, the value of insect pollination of agricultural crops was 12.4 billion euros, with a large proportion of this coming from bumblebees. When bumblebees pollinate plants, they are also providing a reproductive mechanism for 78% of flowering plants. This helps maintain plant diversity and functionality of natural ecosystems. It is also believed that when bees pollinate plants, their fruits or seeds provide food, shelter, and other resources to mammals, birds, and other insects. Goulson agrees that bees are important in the survival of other organisms because a variety of organisms also live within the nests of bumblebees. Lastly, recent trials in North America have suggested that managed bees could transmit diseases that infect cropped pests, resulting in a decreased need for pesticides. Case studies in 4 different continents show that bee communities and their pollination services are jeopardized by agricultural intensification. Originally, agriculture was labor-intensive with many small fields. However, now they are large crop monocultures with high-density livestock. With the removal of hedgerows and orchards, drainage of grasslands, and more frequent cattle grazing, bee nesting sites are destroyed. This is recognized as a major contributor to population declines in wild bees. Currently, there are many different organizations and charities that work to provide advice and research on bumblebee conservation. These include the Bumblebee Conservation Trust, Hymettus, and Bees, Wasps, and Ants Recording Society. Through these organizations, packets of wildflower seeds have been handed out so that the public can plant them in their gardens, providing a resource for bumblebees. There has also been books such as Gardening for Bumblebees to help educate the general public. In order to promote floral abundance and diversity, subsidies are also available for the replanting of hedgerows, creating wildflower strips, and restoring flower-rich grassland. Another idea is to rotate grazing in farms so that there are always areas that provide forage for bees. Based on the evidence provided, the decline of bumblebees has negative side effects on the natural world as well as to human societies. If there were no bumblebees to provide pollination to plants, it would become a very costly procedure worldwide. Therefore, it is important for us as a society to gain an understanding and knowledge of the best ways to help maintain bee populations.